Hello student, welcome to the class. I am Yogita. Subject is CNET, Nursing Education for Nurses, and today we are going to discuss about classroom management. Yes, really it's a tough task for the teacher to manage her classroom because we may have a good number of students in a class and each student is a different individual with the different thoughts, ideas and behavior. Manipulate all this behavior, control them, and focus on the classroom lesson is really a toughest task for a teacher. Definitely, it will be easy for the teacher who has got a good number of experience. Definitely, it will be a tough for the teacher who is new to the profession. But altogether, the term classroom management is used by the teacher to explain how she run a classroom lesson smoothly in spite of destructive behavior of a student. Now, this word classroom management is also closely associated with the discipline and motivation. Classroom management is also linked with the traditional mode of controlling behavior of a student in a classroom. This is what called a classroom management. Next, dimension of classroom management. Here we can mainly see the four dimension: spiritual dimension, physical dimension, instructional dimension and managerial dimension. Now the physical dimension. In physical dimension, here how the teacher has regard to the students, how we will start up with the class. We can notice most of the time we'll start a class in the morning with the prayer. So it's spiritually linked. We are trying to unite ourselves with the God so that we will be blessed with the blessing of God and we can have a good start about our classrooms. Next is physical dimension. Here it's very important how the arrangement of your classrooms, how many desks, how many bench, how many rows and how many columns, what's the space between each desk and table or each rows, so that teacher can freely move around the classroom, so that she can have a close relation, she can have a close contact with the student. Also good lighting, good ventilation, all the facilities should be there adequately provided in the classroom. Then the instructional dimension, here we are using a best materials to teach the students. Now here, before you make use of any instrument or material, you must have a check whether the equipments are working or not. The fourth one is managerial dimension, where we are making certain rules and regulations so the students are following that, which make a work little easy, that we are able to control the student. Next is the technique used to manage the classroom. We here mainly two techniques are used: discipline and motivation. Now, as you all know, discipline, it is nothing but you are trying to streamline the behavior of an individual with the strict rules and regulation and punishment. But here, mainly two types of discipline we can see. Like, 1 minute. Yeah, it is natural discipline and a supernatural discipline. Now, natural discipline means individual, like I myself feel that I should have a self discipline so that I will monitor myself, I will maintain a good classroom behavior and ethics in my classroom. See, this myself with my own interest, pleasure, I am doing the right deed in the classroom. Now, supernatural discipline it's because they're having a fear of God. I should not do that. God may punish me. Or else we are following certain rules and regulation, strict policy of school and colleges. If you do so and so, you will rusticate from the school. See, that fear will make you to follow the discipline. So these are the two types of discipline, natural and supernatural. Next comes motivation. Motivation means here how you're self motivated to do your work. You're doing your work without any external force. You are taking the responsibility of your work. Now here, internal, external, two types of motivation we can use. Where in internal, where I myself interested to do the work. For my pleasure, my purpose, I am taking the responsibility I am doing. It's not because of other, or it's not because of other force or fear I am doing it. I am doing it for my sake. It is intrinsic. Next is extrinsic, is external. Here you are motivated to do the task because you are offered with certain rewards, some positive aspects, some gift or some grace marks. To achieve that, to get that, you are fulfilling your work, you're doing your needs, you're meeting your requirements. See, these are the important two techniques what you can use in classroom to control the classroom, discipline and motivation. Next factor is a certain factors which help us to control the classroom. What are the aspects which help us to manage the classroom? Okay, now about the factors. Let's have a good start. Here, that means teachers should have a good start in our class. Develop a communication, start the class with a prayer, have a good understanding with the students. Now, this will help the teacher to have a control. Then, understand the college policies. Now, teacher must understand what the college policy for the student and the teacher, what the college expect from the teacher and the student. So teacher must have a good information about that. A set of rules and regulation. Now the teacher should set certain rules and regulation for our class. How you should behave in a class, what behavior is accepted, what behavior is punished. So such a small list should be done and put it in a wall. That may helpful for the teacher. Plan a lesson. Now teacher should plan a lesson for 2 weeks and she should prior inform the students what she is going to take in this week so that they may not miss the class. Okay, then give a positive reward. Whenever you offer a positive reward, definitely students may motivated to do that task. And appreciate the achievement. If any student has done any achievement, if they done something good, definitely you take an opportunity to appreciate them in front of others, in front of class, so that they feel good and definitely they tend to do more and more good deeds. Criticize them in private. See, this you must keep in mind as a teacher. You appreciate them in public and criticize them in private so that self-respect of the student is maintained. So students feel comfortable with the teacher. They may understand the mistake what they done and they may not repeat it. So they also develop good respect towards the teacher. Consequence. A teacher must understand the consequence of a behavior. Sometimes whenever she punish, there is a chance that students may turn against to her or students may not listen. So she must understand the consequence of her behavior, then she has to behave. If she is taking any decision or making any strict punishment planning, so before she implement, teacher must understand what will be the consequence. Learn the name of the students is very important. A teacher must know a name of all the students. If, like, for example, now you can tell Preeti, stop talking, don't talk nonsense in the class. See, when you use the name, definitely that girl will be, madam knows my name. Okay, instead of that, you're telling students, stop talking, don't talk, don't make noise. See, definitely it's a generalist concept. No one may not take it personally. When you know the name of students, definitely that help the student to think that yes, madam is aware about the classroom, she knows me. So that fear will help the students to behave right in the class. A very important is communication. A teacher should have a very good communication with the student so that they can develop a rapport, understand the students. Maintain confidentiality. Whenever students has come to you to speak something, it's your responsibility that you maintain the confidentiality of their talk. So that will help the student to behave properly as well as help the teacher to control the classroom. Kindness. A teacher must show certain level of kindness to the students so that students feel comfortable and they are in a favor of students. I mean, they are in a favor of teacher. They are able to ready to do certain work for the student. Sorry, their students are ready to do certain work for the teacher. And firm. A teacher should be firm enough in her decision. Meantime, she can be friendly in a limit. She should understand what the students expect from her, and she must control the behavior of a student. When it is friendly, it should not go beyond the limitation so that we are accepting the wrong behavior of a student. That should not be done. Teacher must be firm in her decision. She should also create environment like a student should feel it is safe and secure. So these all are the factors which help us to maintain or improve our classroom management. So students, we discussed about classroom management. It is nothing but a teacher is managing her classroom so that classroom lessons will go so smoothly and softly without any distractions, without any, in spite of any destructive behavior of a student. Now the dimension of classroom management is spiritual dimension, physical dimension, instructional dimension and managerial dimension. Then two important techniques of classroom management is discipline and motivation. And the factors which influence and which help the teachers to have a good classroom management is have a good start, understand the rules and regulation, frame the rules and regulation, plan for a lesson plan, learn the name of the student, be firm, kindness, appreciate the achievement of a student, allow them to be very creative. It doesn't mean that students always follow the teacher. You provide an opportunity to them so that they are able to do their own creativity, as well as what else. Okay, appreciate them in public and criticize them in private. Good communication, kindness, understand the consequence of your behavior. These all factors will help the teachers to have a control over her classroom. You can expect 3 marks or 5 marks question, and I'm sure that definitely you can write the answer now. See, you have to just think practically what's happening in your classroom. This practical experience will help you to write the answer. So I say thank you all now. Please keep watching. I'll meet you in the next class with a new concept. Thank you.